Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up there in age, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about why a lot of people will not make it to financial freedom, why they struggle with financial literacy. Now, the first thing I want to preface is that I absolutely love everything finance. And because I love everything finance, it is a lot easier for someone like me to read books and books and books or watch YouTube videos day in and day out in regards to finance. I understand that I have an advantage in that area because it is something that I truly enjoy versus someone who might love music, art, or working, building things, software, whatever the case may be. If you absolutely love what you do, it is not work. It is not a job. It is just a part of your everyday life. And so for me, that is what finance is to me. So I definitely have an advantage in that regard, and that is not to be taken lightly. We all have things that we absolutely love, and if you love something, you're typically good at it. All right? So that's the first thing. The second thing that I want to preface is that a lot of people don't have a purpose for their money. Now, this is a big one because without a purpose for your money, there's really no reason to save it, is there? And so we've all been there. We've all been at a point where no matter how much money you have, it's that day, it's that year, it's that time. Maybe it's your birthday, maybe it's your anniversary, whatever the case may be, that you just say, you know what? I'm spending whatever on whatever I want. Okay? And so, I was just speaking to a colleague today, and he said, you know what? For my wedding anniversary, we went to Disney, and we spent whatever we wanted on whatever we wanted for 4 days. And I said, well, Disney must have loved that. But at the end of the day, he said, yeah, Disney did love that. And, it was all about the memories that we build together. And we'll take the kids one day when they're old enough. And that's respectable. But at the end of the day, someone like me who focuses on financial freedom and has a purpose for my money also understands that, you don't spend what you don't have. You do not spend what you don't have. Now, it is great to make memories. I'm absolutely sure that they will not regret what they did, right? They will not regret spending more money than they had. But at the end of the day, it is also important to understand that if you continue down that rabbit hole, the stress that you will have is more than 4 days of stress. Now, some people may say, hey, okay, 4 days of fun, but lifetime of memories. Completely understand that. And that stress that you have, if not met with intent, right, it can last well longer than 18 months, which is what I normally say it takes to get out of debt for the majority of Americans today. So what I would say is, again, we've all been there. But just like a credit card, you have to have the money to pay off the credit card right away. So if your balance is $5,000, you should already have $5,000 in your checking available to pay off that balance, or else you should have never put the money on your credit card to begin with. It's not I'm going to pay this 2 months from now. It's not I'm going to pay this 5 months from now. It's not I'm going to break this up. No, everything with intent, right? Because you may not have a job 5 months from now. You may not be able to do what it is that you're setting out to do 3 months from now. But at the end of the day, at this specific time, you control your finances. You should have a purpose for your money. And if it is so easy to pay for something in 5 months, save 5 months before so that you're able to do what it is that you want to do, right? That Disney trip for 4 days could have been well planned. Just like you plan for your wedding, you plan for that anniversary coming up, you plan for that birthday coming up. And, having that purpose, having that intent. Now, I can't tell people what to be purposeful about, right? Financial freedom is not necessarily the goal for everyone, but having money is typically a goal for most people. But why do you want the money is the question. For me, it's to be in a place where I can financially provide for a family. They talk about, in my culture, they talk about man of the house. They talk about being a leader, right? Leading by example. And a lot of the times I do believe that all you have is your word. All you have is your ability to effectively communicate what it is that you're going to do, and your actions speak louder than that. And so if I'm going to be a leader within my community and a leader within my household, I have to show financial discipline. I have to show good leadership. And I don't want to be stressed out when I decide to have children or a family. And therefore, I must focus on the things now that are necessary for me to be able to live that type of lifestyle. And so, my goals are in alignment with where I want to be in the future. And therefore, this is a lifelong process, regardless of how much I have and how much I earn. Because again, this journey is purposeful. I don't have the children yet to say that I've done enough in order to take care of that family. There are multimillionaires who would say, oh, I'm not ready. Just look at John Cena. Didn't want the burden, didn't want the stress of children. And I don't want to say it's a burden. I want children myself, so don't crucify me now. But it can be stressful for some more than others. And so, what I'm getting at is be purposeful, be intent, have some intent for your money. If it is you want to give your child a better life, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a life of your own. That doesn't mean that you should be at rock bottom. You should budget for the better life for your child while also taking care of yourself. That means you're debt-free right away, because if you're debt-free, you have more money for your children. You have more money for your spouse. You have more money for yourself. And so getting out of debt is the first step, because that then allows you to stop putting money towards something that doesn't give you any benefit. And once you start to do that, you can now be more aligned with your goals, with your vision. It is now more clear. It is now more accessible. It is now more available to you. And so now you can function within that space a lot more better, a lot more free. When people look around at their peers and they see one person doing better than everyone else, you can either assume that they're completely in debt or they're completely debt-free. Those are the two opposites, the two extremes, but one shows a path where I have so much excess because I decided to do it without debt and delay gratification. And the other one, because I couldn't delay gratification, I am knee deep or chin deep into some debt right now, and it is almost suffocating me. Right? And so understanding where it is that you want to be on that spectrum, and then deviating from the path that you do not align with, so that you can be further along in your journey starting tomorrow. You can affect change starting tomorrow. See, every single paycheck that you get is an ability, is a day, is a time where you can affect change. Every single time you get paid, you can affect the outcome of how that money is spent. And every single time you choose not to, or you choose to spend unnecessarily, or you choose to relinquish that money to those who are not going to pour back into you, you then put yourself in a negative situation, especially when you already are spiraling in debt. Unaware of your finances, unaware of your charges, unaware of your subscriptions, unaware of what is actually taking place within your life. And that is not where you want to be at if you strive for financial freedom, financial independence, or any form of financial literacy. So that is my message for you all today. If you want to see how I got to $250,000 at the age of 24, watch my Road to $250,000 video, which has done over 800 views. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.